Alright, so quick recap here on the 30 days, which are 5 minutes to better lighting. We've talked about so many things so far. We've talked about how to choose lights and where to put them. We've talked about setting up your console for success, what lights to put where, and how to program the basics. Now we're in show mode, okay? And show mode is when you're in front of a desk probably, or maybe running lights from stage with your band, or some worship team, or whatever context you lighted. And we're talking about it's time to run the show, okay? How do you follow the music of the band? Well, there's a few really great tips that I have for you so that night after night, if you're doing this once with the band many times, or maybe it's totally on the fly, you can make a great light show that you're proud of and that whoever you're doing the lights for is proud of as well. My first tip is if you're programming for a type of show that has a known set list, you know what songs the group is going to play, you know what the segments of the show or the church service are going to be. If you know that ahead of time, and you're either pre-programming for it or just running things on the fly with what we call a punt page without pre-recorded full cues that do everything, then my biggest tip here is to take notes and have them on a spreadsheet. I personally put them on my laptop, full screen the spreadsheet, and have it next to my lighting console or next to my lighting computer. Okay? Because if you go in, and let's take each song, okay? Song 1, we want to put in some basic to advanced notes as to what we want to do at the start of that song. And then what we want to do through each segment of that song and what sets it apart from the rest of the show. Because at the end of the day, and you've probably been here if you've lit any type of music, whether that's worship or live music or DJ, doesn't matter, even theater. If you've lit these kind of shows or services before, then there's going to be points where a transition happens to the next part of a song, okay? And you may have known it was coming, you may not. And now it's time to react. Now it's time to make the lighting match. You're already kind of late if the transition's already happening. And you've got to figure out in your head what to play back next. And choosing well is going to be a bigger asset to you than having more lights or having the greatest console. Making the right decision as a designer here is going to help you immensely in making that great show. So, how do you choose? Well, as I mentioned before, my biggest tip here is write it down. Write at least, each song, a brief outline of what you want to do. These lights, this color, these lights off, these lights go. Maybe program some basic cues or scenes that get you started down that road so that as you're in that show, you're able to pay full attention to what's happening on stage, play back the things you've predetermined, and then possibly, if things sway from what the group is going to do, or you make a decision that you want to add something else in, you now have the bandwidth and the space to do that in your head because you've freed yourself up from thinking of the most basic things. And the truth is, simply writing things down so you can follow the set list, it only takes you a couple minutes. It really doesn't take that long, and it's something you can build over time if you're going to work with a group multiple times. Okay? Now, if there's no set list, any of that, then check out my video, How to Run Lights Live to Music. I'll have it here. And then come back here tomorrow where we're going to talk all about spotlights. So if you're running lights to music, to a theater, maybe you're just running the console and you don't have spotlights, because that is pretty normal for a lot of shows these days. But you're going to want to spot different performers during your show. I'm going to talk about all of that and more tomorrow, so you don't want to miss the video. Be sure to subscribe here on YouTube. And hey, if you like what I've been putting down here, support us on Patreon. While you may be familiar with Learn Stage Lighting Labs, where it's a bunch of courses for folks who are beginning or intermediate level with lighting, maybe you've decided that's not a good fit for you, you've checked it out, and it might not be right for you, it might be too expensive. Well, Patreon's a great way to support the videos that we're doing here without as much cost, and to just be able to keep what we've got going on YouTube here going over the long term. Awesome. I'm going to quit jabbering now so we can get to the next video and talk about spotlighting our performers. I'll see you there. Thanks.